Hi, it's Thomas Welch Jr. on a special occasion. I know y'all waiting to see Miss Kayla Jones, but we got to meet the people first who helped our 2025 Female Athlete of the Year at the Millington Star become the young lady that she is. A good place to start, a good person to start with. Mr. Marlon, her dad.
How you doing?
Doing good. How you doing today?
Hot.
Yeah, so you got the work shirt on, plumbing shirt, so.
Oh yeah.
This time of year, it gets tough.
It's going.
Yeah. But a little relief hearing that your daughter made this accomplishment.
It is a big accomplishment for just our whole family, you know, where everybody's in our family is proud of her and things that she's doing. She just keep focused, keep going.
So it makes all the days you work hard to bring money into the house to pay for the basketball, the track, all the things she's interested in, it makes it worthwhile.
Yes.
Talk about the young lady, because we see the athlete. What type of person is Kayla? Ooh. Oh wow, that's a good way to start off.
She's a great person, a great daughter, great everything. She's can do anything she pretty much puts her mind to. She stays focused and she can just accomplish whatever. She's got a natural ability, and if she just keeps going and keep going hard, there's nothing she can't do.
It's funny you say that. Whatever she puts her mind to, she can achieve. 3 years ago, I was standing in Murfreesboro, and I'm talking to this freshman who just made it to the medal stand, and that was Kayla. And she made a declaration: I'm going to come up here every year, and I'm going to be on this medal stand every year. Most freshmen don't make a declaration like that. Did you know you were signing on for 4 years of trips to Murfreesboro to watch her go to state?
Yes, in a way, I did, because we have a lot of athletes in our family. I did track, I did basketball, I did football, and it's a natural ability. And like I said, she said she was going to do it, and she did it.
So far, three down and one to go.
One to go.
So, like you just mentioned a bunch of things you did growing up. You know, we live in a day and age where kids are specialized athletes. They only do one sport. But she's old school. Basketball, when things looked kind of shaky for that team, everybody thought they were too young to do anything, she was that steady force over the last couple of years. And how special was this past year, especially when you stand in that Kirby gym and we saw the miracle. Even Coach Poindexter just had to throw his hands up in the air. How was Dad feeling in that moment?
Nervous, because I woke up like I was playing, and just to see them come together in the last few minutes and win was great. It was really a great feeling for not just for our family, but for just the Munford family. So
here's an observation I had. The last couple of years, she's been like the leading scorer and rebound force, this and that. But I saw this year, Kayla took a back seat. She let Turner be the hot one. She let Lee do her thing. She took her, her post play. In that championship game, she helped them win with defense and leadership. She didn't have to score a bunch of buckets. Did you see that too?
She just knew that she had to step up and play her role, and she noticed it before the game. She noticed what she had to do. Because a lot of the players that she played, they played together in middle school, so she knew what she had to do.
Wow. And hey, Covington, the fourth time was the charm, because it just seemed like they kept getting closer and closer and closer, and then they finally got him. And then sub-state appearance for a team that nobody expected. Her junior year, how would you rank it? Just from the track and the basketball.
From 1 to 10, I would say it's a 8.5.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that means we got a little room for improvement there.
There's always room for improvement.
All right, so we'll make her senior real special.
We're going to work on attitude. We're going to work on attitude this year. And because junior year is where it starts, senior year is where it finishes. But she has to get her mind right, get her attitude together, because the next level, they're not going to deal with attitudes.
Gotcha. And with little behind the scenes here, Elwood State, when she thought she didn't make that medal stand, she looked pretty mad and pretty upset. Do you think she finally realized, I gotta bring it at all times? I can't do things?
Last year she did the same thing. Her first 2 jumps, she wasn't where she wanted to be, where she thought she should be, because she thought too much instead of just doing the process. She was thinking. This year she seen the competition and she knew that she had one jump left. Wasn't as great as she thought it was, the first one, but she knew she had to bring all she got to just let it all out. And that's what I told her, that's what Coach Walters told her, and that's what half of the people that were there were telling her, just do your event.
Do your thing. Well, my last question for you, in track should be the hunter, especially all the girls out there at Carterville. She's coming for you. But now, with our award, we've been giving out this award for 20 years at the Millington Star. A lot of wonderful young ladies with Cali Overbeck of Munford. We had Crystal Williams, track legend at Munford, winning as well. Now she adds her name out there with Maiya Reed and all those young ladies from Munford. Now she will be hunted by the competition, realizing she's the standard. How do you think that's going to motivate her going to a senior to try to repeat?
She knows they're coming for you. So you got to be on your P's and Q's.
Hey, so hey, make it a special senior year, Miss Kayla, and go for that 10 for 10 to impress Dad. Well, Miss Maiya, we appreciate you taking time.
Yes, sir.
And we'll be back with Coach Walters.
Thanks.
Hey, Thomas L. Jr. back here in our second segment, honoring Miss Kayla Jones. We got to talk to a person that would be honest about her, because somebody who sees her grinding and putting the effort in on a routine basis. So who better to get than Coach Walters, a Munford, and now Dyersburg State. So man with double duty, and a lot of kids in that program over last year. But she's a special one. What's the first thought that comes to mind when I say Kayla Jones?
Well, I remember the first time I met her when she was a skinny little 7th grader. She came up to the high school, and I look up and the skinny little kid's running and jumping in my pit, and she's jumping about maybe 12 feet, and like, I want to be a long jumper, I want to be a long jumper. And we got some work to do then, sweetheart. But, you know, if you look at her progression over the last 3 years, her freshman year she jumped a bunch of 15s, and in the year she jumped some 16s. Her sophomore year she jumped a bunch of 16s, and the year jumped some 17s. She started off her junior year, she jumped a bunch of 17s and jumped some 18s. And so just her progression, if you look in the long jump, it shows that each year she gets a little better. And as a track coach, that's especially as a potential collegiate athlete, a college coach wants to see progression.
Yeah.
You know, if you're jumping the same thing as a senior you were jumping as a freshman, well, okay, well, that's as good as you're going to get. If you're getting better every year, well, they see that, they notice that. And she actually had to pull it out this year at state. If you look at the final rankings at state, she finished 8th, she got on the medal stand with a 17.8. 7th place was 17.8.5. 9th place was 17.7.5.
That's how close it is.
So those three for fighting out for that last spot, and she did a good job. She went in there, stuck a good jump, and made it when it mattered. And that's something she's been able to do over her 3 years. When it comes down to crunch time, she does not wilt in the sunlight. She steps up, brings her A game, and jumps her best jump when she needs to. And that's the great thing about a horizontal jumping event. You only have to have one good jump to win.
Yeah.
And she gets it when they count.
When I talk to her, I'm sure you know this, being around her, she doesn't mind setting a goal, letting you know about it, and trying to achieve it. She says she'll be up there at state, good Lord's willing, next year in multiple events. So what's some of the events she's participating in over her track career at Munford?
Well, she's mainly, her two specialties have been the long jump and the 100. She's run the 200. She did pentathlon 1 year. So she's got some multi-event experience, but I haven't told her this yet, but kind of the plan for next year is we want to focus long jump and the 100.
Okay.
We're working on our 4x100 meter relay team.
Okay.
And we think we might have some areas we can improve in there. She helped us break the school record, anchored the school record winning team this past year. But we've also kind of toyed around about maybe doing a little triple jump next year and seeing how that goes.
Okay.
You know.
That morning at state gonna be pretty busy for her.
It could be a busy morning. Could be a busy morning.
Okay.
She can handle it. She's tough.
Okay. And
She's young. She can take it.
Speaking of toughness, leadership, you watch her play basketball. Pretty sure you say your prayers, make sure she stays healthy during the basketball season. And how do you think it helped her leadership? Because she led a sub-state team this past year. How do you think it's translated over to the track?
It's funny you say it that way. When you have a very large team like we do, so sometimes some of the kids are a little more on the silly side.
Yep.
Oh, that'll get her going.
Okay.
hey, we're here to work. We're not here to play. We're here to work. Let's go, get to work.
Sound like Coach Poindexter. Oh my
And I wonder where she learned that from. But she, you know, when she's out there, she's business. She doesn't want to play around, like, you know. And that's fine by me. I've always kind of said, you know, when it's time to play hard. When it's time to work, don't play at all.
Well, it takes a village to raise a child. I'm pretty sure Mr. Marlin laid the foundation for her seriousness. If you've been around Coach Pete, you know he's going to build on it. How do you feel being one of those important father figures in her life? And, you know, making sure she's she's pointing in the right direction.
You know, this will be my 31st year coaching. It is an awesome responsibility that I feel every time I walk out there, that these parents drop these kids off out of school at 7:30 in the morning, and they'll come pick them up at 5 o'clock after they've been at school all day and been at practice all afternoon, and they trust us to do right by their kids. And for the most part, I think most of the time I'm able to achieve that most of the time, but I feel that responsibility, you know, constantly. So you know, I work real hard to try to get these kids, you know, noticed, go to the meets where people are going to see them, trying to get them scholarshiped up, you know, call coaches, email coaches, text coaches, do what I got to do to try to find landing spots for them. And it's not a realistic expectation for the majority of high school kids, but for a kid like Kayla, and this past year, Emily Bay, Kara Bruce, you know, Braxton Sharp, my son Wade, Ryan Coley, Michaela Rochelle. Like, we've signed a lot of kids over the last 3 or 4 years, and for them, they had some realistic expectations, and we helped them to achieve it. And the great news with Kayla is I don't have to do a lot of work on like her motivation. She's pretty self-motivated, but so we'll have to work out that next step for her. I keep looking off camera, sorry about that.
Okay, she's standing right over there. So some of the things you hadn't told her yet, I think she might know now.
I can feel those eyeballs on me.
Well, Coach, a couple more questions for you. You mentioned those signing days of previous athletes. We're going to have a signing day for Kayla, pretty much, and it's going to pretty much be track.
I hope so. I hope she got one. It's up to her. You know, everybody has different goals and objectives for their future, but she's definitely somebody who is a collegiate athlete who can run college track and field, can participate in college track and field. It's just finding the right home. You know, finding the right home, finding a situation that works, and you know, finding the right school that works for her. There's a lot of things that go into it. If you have an open mind and you're just like, I don't care where I want to go to school, I want to do college athletics. Well, I mean, hey, you know, but you know, there are other factors that come into play as far as her physical, mental abilities. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Now, how long have you been in Munford High School?
This will be my 18th year.
Okay, so we've been doing this award for 20 years, so when I say Jodie Duncan, Sami Jo Schulz, you recognize those names, and Cali Overbeck. She asked her name to that pantheon of wonderful Lady Cougar athletes to win the Millington Star Female Athlete of the Year. Talk about her legacy. She still got to add on to it, but what's her legacy?
She's got another year to go.
Yeah.
Can't really speak for the basketball end of things, but I know she's pretty great. So as far as track and field, we're going to be in the, particularly for girls, this will be the toughest section in the state of Tennessee.
Yeah,
Carlierville, the two-time defending champion, and their middle school West Carlierville girls have won the last 2 girls state championships. But added into that factor, they added 9 schools, including, you know, powerhouse Brentwood High School. It's going to be in our section now, so she's going to have her hands full. You know, it's going to be put up or shut up time. You know, it's section this year. It really is going to. Our sectional meet will have the feel of a state championship meet.
Wow. Well, if anybody can do it, we know Kayla Jones can. So, and you are a huge part, driving force behind it. And we thank you for taking time on her special day to come down and celebrate this moment with her.
Well, when she invited me, she said, I would really, really like for you to be there. So I couldn't turn her down.
She's hard to say no to.
Hard to say no to. She is.
Well, Coach Walters, thank you for your time. We appreciate you. Okay, we're back, and did somebody switch sides? I guess this is her better, more glamorous side. When you're the athlete of the year, you can pretty much run the show.
Yeah.
And Thank you for being our producer behind the camera. Wearing multiple hats here today, and I guess you're used to wearing multiple hats. That's why we got basketball, track, and in our 20th year of doing the Millington Star Athlete of the Year. You are the honoree for the 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does it feel?
It feels fantastic, honestly. I mean, I do hold myself up to a high standard, and to know that I have outside people supporting me throughout, you know, social media and going to games and really putting that time in, I'm just really thankful, and I just feel great about it, you know. All glory to God, though, because I couldn't do it without him, so.
Amen to that. And like you said, social media, we have included that the last few years. My daughter Talia came up with, you know, young folks, 22-year-old, she came with this idea a few years ago. And a lot of people did vote for you online. How did it feel seeing that the community and people outside the community say, "Ooh, I know that girl," and click on your picture?
It's really a warm feeling to me, because it's just like, you know, you never know who's watching. And like when I realized, like, oh, I actually have like a group of people or individuals that support me, it feels really good, because sometimes, you know, you might see two or three people in the stands that I do know personally, but I never know who's on the outside of those people. So I do appreciate you guys for voting me and having faith in me and letting me.
And here at Millington Star and West, we appreciate it too. The engagement, keep it up. But Ms. Jones, I've been alluding to this and talking about this. I remember that freshman who came up to me unwarrantedly, let me know that I'm going to be up here every year on this medal stand.
Yes.
And when it was jeopardized there, this past moment in May, how were you feeling in that moment? Because you look like you were mad.
Ooh, you know, like me personally, if I'm not executing to the point, like a specific standard where I want to execute, I'll be mad at it, like in the moment. But when it's after and I have time to decompress and actually think about my emotions and look back on what I did, I'm like, oh, you know what? 17-5 ain't that big. So,
but when you got, and once you heard, I saw when they were announcing over the PA system at Middle Tennessee State Track Stadium, and the first night they called out to report to the medal stand, Kayla Jones, you bounced up and
I was like, yeah.
So how were you feeling in that moment?
I was kind of shook, because I was just like, girl, what was that? Like, I was so discouraged in the moment, but after that, I was just like, you know, you just gotta take a leap of faith and really believe in yourself and keep chucking at it. And if you don't make it, you're gonna come back in the next year and you're gonna do it again. So it's really not much, you know. I was just kind of shook, because I was just like, oh, me, for real?
But you're manifesting it. You made your calling 3 years ago. Now it's still on track, and that's an amazing accomplishment right there. So you're a multi-sport athlete. You know, a lot of the young lady at Carville who is so awesome, all they do is track. Bartlett, all they do is track. You are a Munford Lady Cougar athlete. You do a lot of things, take on a lot of hats and a lot of roles. Basketball. What does it mean to you, and what did this past season mean to you? Because y'all shocked a lot of people.
Oh, okay. Knowing how outside viewers see Munford High School Lady Cougar basketball, I know that it's a lot of people that think that just because we're a young or new team that we can't accomplish big achievements. But I'm telling you now, Coach P and Coach Howard, Coach Rico, all of them, everybody, Miss Pearl, Coach Foster, they put in that time. And when we're in that gym, we're actually working, even when nobody's watching. I just want y'all to know that. So let's not act like we don't be doing nothing, because you see you're shocked now. So.
Yeah, do y'all still scrimmage boys?
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah, see,
that's a big part of it.
Yeah, yes. I've been around Coach P programs for years, from the Gabby Crawford days, you name it. I seen Miss Turner's. I seen her big sister team in 2013.
Yes.
Gonna go to sub-state. Now, when Coach P came out of that locker room at Kirby High School after y'all finally beat Cubs and shocked the world, am I allowed to say this? He was crying.
Yep.
He better not come after me. The man was emotional. The most stoic person, everybody tell you about Mother. Coach P, he loves his girls. And he came out of the locker room and made a declaration. It made me cry. I'm about to cry now. That is the best team I ever had in that locker room. What did that mean?
Well, Coach P holds us to a high standard. And also I would like to say that he told us, I remember before the game, he always told us, don't get too high about stuff, don't get too low about stuff. You stay right in the middle, you focus, and you execute, and you do whatever it takes well, give it all you got until you have nothing left, and it'll show after the game is over. And there's no reason to be upset or crying or anything like that. But yeah, like when he told us that, I was like, oh, so he believed in us.
Yes.
But you know, one thing about Coach P, he never ever gave up on us at all.
Yeah.
If he's sick, he's still at practice. And like that man's devotion to that team, peak, I can say. Like, he's an amazing coach, and I appreciate him for putting his time in.
And I will stamp that with my approval. That would also impress me during that championship run. If you watch Munford basketball over the last couple of years, y'all need a basket, need some points. Okay, go to 22. Sure. I saw you reach a new level of maturity. You didn't have to score 20 when the district tournament up at Covington. You facilitated. Then that championship game, I think I hardly wrote your name down for scoring. You were doing all the other things, and you were shutting down Covington on defense. But in the end, during the stretch run, the ball was in your hands. So the free throws, they went to their leader. Talk about growing up and reaching that new level of leadership where I don't have to do everything.
Right.
I can help us win in other ways.
Yeah, like Coach P, he always told me before the games, I mean, yeah, you might be the leading scorer, but there's other areas that you can work on in order to contribute to your team. And, you know, when he told me that, I was just like, yeah, you're right. So knowing or looking at Covington over and over again and rewatching the film in the classroom with my teammates, I'm just like, okay, yeah, I might score here and there, but knowing that I was a target player in that game and that they weren't gonna let me, it was a lot of stuff that they weren't gonna let me do. It just kind of changed my mindset. I was like, okay, well, let me take another approach at it and see what else I can do in order to help my team out. Like whether it's lifting Kalia up or whether it's out throwing the ball to the post and praying that she go up hard. You know, anything like that. I just wanted to have a different approach than just being, oh, I need to get the ball, I need to score. Because you got to share the ball and you got to share with your teammates and be diverse in what you're doing. It's not just one specific role. It's always other portions that you can give.
Well, I learned covering sports for over 20 years. Trust is a big part of sports. And it's amazing when a coach knows he can finally trust that player. But it doesn't happen unless the athlete begins to trust the coach. Now we take it over to Coach Walters. This is a guru of track. He throws kids into every event.
Oh, yeah.
And see where they stick and land. If it's 5 or 6 events, you're going to do those 5 or 6 events.
And there ain't going to be nothing about it.
But you told him what you were going to do. And he's like, I guess we'll work with it. And it has gotten better over the years. How has he helped you get to where you are today?
Coach Walters.
Is he still here? Is he still here? Okay.
He's always there for me. If he has any critiques, I take them in. I remember before state, we were at the pit. He was like, you know, one thing I like about you, I don't have to tell you more than like 2 times to do something, and then you'll execute it. So I really do appreciate Coach Walters for putting in that time, because time is something very valuable, and I know that's something that you can never get back. So thank you to all my coaches.
And they made his job a lot easier.
Yes.
And I think God has helped him out a lot too. God has blessed you with a lot of natural gifts.
Amen.
And everything. So track, you know about Cargill and all those. They bring even more. Can you get back to state? And can you get back to that medal stand?
Can I?
With more teams and all that stuff.
It's not can I, will I? So, yes. I'm gonna say that, yes.
Okay.
I have enough faith in myself, and I have enough faith in God to trust that the way He sees stuff and like the way He wants it to go is gonna go that way. So if I just pray that if it's in His will, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
So if it's in His will, then it's gonna happen. You can't fight. You can't fight.
I'm about to get biblical. On you. When Thomas asked Jesus how we know why we follow you, he said, "No, I am the way." So that way is Christ. So as long as you put them two together, you'll be all right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, to wrap things up, we talked about a lot of important people in your life. No child gets here alone. It takes a village to raise a child and help them be athlete of the year. But there are foundational pieces, and God entrusted you to a man named Marlon. You call him Dad.
It's my dad. Hey, Dad.
And whenever I look around, he's there.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's in my way. Sometimes I have to move him out the way. And I don't know why we hear laughter all of a sudden, but he cares. And talk about that support, how he laid that foundation where you can listen to coaching, you can take criticism, you can take motivation. See, I'm up on your street now. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's laid that foundation. But talk about how important he's been to you.
Well, my dad's my best friend, and I know that he'll never steer me in the wrong way. So it means a lot to me that he takes time out of his long work days of somebody not doing their job and him, you know, coming and cleaning up after them, or, you know, just it means a lot to me, to be honest. He means a lot to me. He means the world to me. So the fact that I could represent my last name Jones and, you know, represent him and make it something beautiful, I don't know, I'm just in awe about it, to be honest. But one thing, he's always gonna tell me the truth, and you know, he's been there, done that. That's his favorite thing to say. I've been there, done that. You don't need to do this. You don't need to do that.
I thought that was my original statement.
But yeah, that constructive criticism, it is the most crucial thing that an athlete can take. And if it's coming from your parents, and you already been raised in a household to where they're always gonna tell you, hey, you need to do this right here, right now. And if you don't, there's gonna be consequences. Something's gonna happen. If you already raised with that mindset that I gotta go in and go hard, or it's all gonna blow up for me, you ain't got no problem with coaching. Like, I see students, oh, I'm gonna quit, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but you know, you take it back to the parents, and the parents are validating that. If I took that stuff to my dad, I'm like, Dad, I want to quit. He not tolerating that.
He ain't going for that.
He gonna tell me the truth, tell me like it is, and I'm just gonna have to see it through and just keep pushing. But he's never.
Okay, I think you were saying you were talking about dad,
Yeah.
football star.
Yeah, my dad is a really good football player. He was in the newspaper for a lot of stuff. Like,
You trying to make him sound old.
he only 42. That ain't nothing. But you know, hearing his stories from my grandma, my granddad, and seeing like a lot of myself in him, it just kind of makes me want to take that in, or it doesn't kind of. It makes me want to take it in and learn from the stuff that he didn't do and try to do the stuff that he didn't do that he wants to see me do. Because, I mean, it's working out.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, like sometimes as a parent, you get to look back at your mistakes, what you could have done better, and give that option to your children instead of you don't force it upon you. Just make sure you're guiding them in the right direction and be transparent. Let them be honest. Say, hey, I did this, I regret it, or I did it and I paid for it. So don't you do it.
Yeah.
So it's great that his leadership is guiding you. So to wrap things up, I guess I got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is it is very hard to repeat as Athlete of the Year. It only happened one time, I think, in the history of our award. But the good news is it was a month later cooler, Maiya Reed. She achieved.
Oh, I know her.
Yeah, so yeah, and I'm sure Coach Poindexter has mentioned her quite a few times.
Yes.
So she validated soccer was her extra sport. So do you think you can get back here to be the Millington Star Athlete of the Year again in 26?
Possibly so, if I have the same type of support. And maybe after seeing this, you got more support and more faith than me. I don't know, that's up to y'all.
Are you social media advertising already? I guess we're gonna share this on YouTube, so share it on other social media avenues.
But yeah, like I feel like I possibly could, and if there's somebody that y'all feel comfortable with, vote them. I'm gonna be a supporter. Either way, it's fine with me. I know what I did. I know my achievements. I got my back. I take another, but I take 5. So whatever comes to me, it comes. I'm just.
That's sweetie, you only got 1 more year of eligibility in high school, so we gotta see you off the college.
I know.
Okay, but Ms. Jones, the 20th anniversary of our award, you add your name to the illustrious list, and deservingly so. And as a medals show, you will add to that collection, good Lord's willing. We are proud of you here at the Millington Star. We want to congratulate you on being our athlete of the year.
Thank you so much.
And we're out.